you enjoy such a variety of books. Chuck, will you tell me some things about your family?
Okay, yeah, sure. My dad, he works full time. He works at the deaf school. He's he actually takes care of the dorms over there. He like keeps it clean and all ready for the students. He used to be the football coach, but he stopped that. My mom works at the school too. She went to school to be a teacher, and now she teaches there, and she really likes it. Both my parents work at the deaf school. My brother last year was in 5th grade. Now he's in 6th grade, so he's getting ready to go into middle school. I don't have any other siblings. I have just my one brother. I actually have a half brother, but he's off in college, and I think he has about one more year, and then he's finished with college, and he'll go get a job. Both my parents are deaf also. My brother is hearing, though.
Does your half-brother know sign language?
Yeah, my half-brother knows sign.
Do you enjoy school, Chuck? What's your favorite class?
Yeah, I really enjoy class. My favorite class, though, I think is art class. I really enjoy the drawing and the painting.
Those can be very interesting classes. What do you enjoy most in your art class?
I really enjoy drawing with like the pastels and coloring, and I actually enjoy cutting and pasting, and it's all really fun. I enjoy it.
What are some objects you've made with clay?
In art class, I also use clay to make different objects, and one time I made a boat that looked like the Titanic, just really small, but I made it for my brother. So first you have to take the clay and you have to mold it into what you want it to be, and then you put it in water and it hardens, and then when it's done hardening you can paint it. And so that's what I did for my brother.
I'm sure your brother was excited to get such a neat gift from you. And you like science too. What do you like to study in science?
Yeah, I really like science class also. I like to learn about the different atoms, like the small things in science. That's the kind of stuff I like.
Tell me more about atoms.
Atoms are really small things, and they make the things that we see here, like everything. They're all made of small atoms.
What do you like to study?
There's a lot of other science things that I really enjoy to study. I like to look in the microscopes and look at the different atoms that way. You can also see cells in the microscopes, like the ones that like make up our body. You can like see them move because some are alive and they're moving, and then sometimes you can even see one cell divide. Just different cool small stuff like that is what I really like to look at. Pretty amazing.
there any other scientific study you really like?
Yeah, there's different parts of science that I enjoy, like the atmosphere kind of things, like the stars and the moon and all those kind of things I really enjoy learning about as well.
Space is interesting to study. What other areas of science interest you?
I really like to learn about the different kind of bones in the body, like our skull and our face bones. Those are really cool to me too.
You're interested in the brain, huh? How does the brain work?
The brain is very complicated. It's kind of weird because your eyes, like how I see you, inside my brain, it's actually upside down.
Sit around.
How the brain works really is complex and fascinating. What about the circulatory system? How does it work?
So the circulatory system is about your heart and how the blood flows in and out of your heart. There's two types. There's the red and the blue. And what happens is the blood goes in and the blood comes out, and that's what helps us live.
What's another body system you want to talk about?
I really enjoy talking about the lungs and how they help you breathe in and out. And you have to understand that with your lungs, you breathe in oxygen. But when you breathe out, you're breathing out carbon dioxide.
Is there another body system you enjoy studying?
I really like to learn about the muscles as well. Because you know how like some people are really weak? It's because their muscles are still very stiff. But if you like work out and practice, you can become strong because of your muscles.
The human body is interesting to study. What do you know about ecology?
I know a little bit about it, about how like the different ozone layers and how they create membranes that protect our food and have different kind of vitamins that come from the sun. They can protect us from the sun and they protect us from the environmental influences and oxygen and oil and all those different elements that we have. We're protected by that. Like in a fire, how it can become very like smoky. You don't want to breathe it in a lot. Because the heat can get trapped and it's just not a good time. The fire can be made by either oil or coal or wood. It doesn't matter. But it can just continue to grow, and that's how it gets so hot and it makes it dirty for the earth and the ozone layer.
Have you been involved in any ecology events?
Yeah, one time we made this frame that kind of compared the earth and how it's good and bad and how to fix it and how to stop the bad things. And we did it in a group in class, and some of the team classmates actually really enjoyed it, and it was really cool to watch the different competitions. And I'm sorry, it was fun to watch all the classmates show their presentations. It was actually a competition within the class, and my group came in second place. They didn't do a whole list of awards. They only did first, second, and third place, and the rest of the class got certificates.
To me. What do you know about rain and floods?
I know about the weather and how the clouds can absorb water and the whole cycle about how it absorbs it and then it releases it. And I know that what can happen is the weather can create a hurricane or can create an earthquake, and then that can create floodings that can flood your house. And floods makes it really difficult. The whole water just kind of comes up and it floods. And I think it was last Sunday, actually, my house had a flood. Yeah, it was last Sunday. It rained so hard all night, and that morning our house was flooded. We worked and worked and worked and tried to finish it, and finally we got it clean, but it was just the floors that was really flooded. The basement had a wall that protected the water from going into the basement, but the first floor, it was just popping up everywhere.
I'm glad your house wasn't damaged too much. What about tornadoes? Will you explain how a tornado begins and describe what it's like?
So what happens there are two types of clouds. There's warm clouds and there's cold clouds, and they mix together and it creates the hurricane, or the tornado rather.
You've described rain and tornadoes very well. What do you know about snow?
Snow is actually frozen raindrops. What happens is the rain falls from the sky, and as it's falling to the ground, it freezes.
And you probably enjoy playing in snow, don't you?
Yeah, I really enjoy playing the snow. I like to make snowballs or snowmen, and I like to sled. There's a lot of activities I enjoy in the snow. There's this really steep hill that we like to sled down, and sometimes we fall off and we tumble down. But it doesn't matter, it's still fun.
Cool. Tell me more about what you built.
We like to build little houses, like igloos, but you just have to be careful because sometimes they'll cave in on you. We like them very small, just for one. I don't make it big for a lot of people. I just like it where I can go in.
What fun! You obviously know how to have fun in the winter. How about summer? Do you and your family plan any fun travels?
Yeah, the last week in July, my family and I, we travel and we drive all night and all day. And we finally arrive at the hotel and we go and visit. And one time we did a helicopter ride and I wasn't very scared, but it was fun. And then there's like this little camp that you can go to for deaf kids. It's really fun and really cool, and I'm ready to go again, actually.
Mini Olympics for deaf kids? What are some of the events?
Yeah, the camp is the mini Olympics for the deaf kids, and there's a bunch of different kind of events. You can throw, you can run, and I'm still learning all the events.
Didn't you say you would visit an amusement park? Which one? Have you ever been there before?
Yeah, we actually visited Six Flags, and it was my first time going, and I went in, I was just like, whoa! I had the best time, though.
Have you been to any other amusement parks?
Yeah, I've been to other different kind of amusement parks. They're all really fun, though.
Worlds of Fun, huh? What's your favorite ride there?
Yeah, this one amusement park has this one ride that I absolutely love. You get on, it takes you up and down and around, and it's really fun. It actually loops you around upside down 2 times. When you first start, it takes you up the steep hill, and then it drops you, and you're zooming around, and then you go around the first loop upside down, and then you go again upside down, and you do that for about 3 minutes, just going up and down, and then it brings you back around, and you stop, and you have to get out, and you always want to sit the front. So when I sit the front, I just jump back to the next seat.
That ride sounds exciting and a little scary. Did you have to wait a long time to get on the ride?
Goodness, yes. We had to wait for 45 minutes to ride.
That was a long wait. But from your description of the ride, it must have been worth it. Chuck, are you in any clubs at school?
Yeah, there's just one club, the Optimistics Club. I'm actually the president of that club at my school. My vice president is a girl. She became the vice president, but at first she was the secretary. We also have a treasurer for our club as well.
What an honor. What kinds of responsibilities do you have as president?
First, you have to present to open business and new business and learn about the different discussions, like the kids have other adult parents that come or other kids that come and discuss, and they all throw in their different kind of opinions, and we discuss that for the very beginning.
Wow, I'm impressed with your knowledge and with all the activities you enjoy. I hope you have a great year at school.